So, industrious woman, she takes care of you. Are you suggesting that she also paid your school fees for your UK program?
Mr. Chairman, I believe that this committee has asked me to furnish them records of my fees that were paid. I believe that I don't see where we're going with this. Thank you.
No, with the greatest respect, honorable nominee, I continue to treat you with respect. If you say you don't see, yours is to answer. If you need guidance, please seek guidance from the chair. If chair allows my question, and you want to say you don't see, where I follow up based on what you say. I never asked you about your wife. I never asked you about her business. You said your wife takes care of you. These are your words.
Yes.
You say your wife is an industrious woman. Yes. These are your words.
Yes.
And that is your secondary source of income. These are your words.
Yes.
So, are you aware whether your wife, through her industry, has been paying her taxes? Have you become aware of it?
Mr. Chairman, those are my wife's
Please, that is personal to your wife.
Yes. My wife.
So, with all due respect,
the money.
At no point in time did I say that.
The monies that your wife. The monies that your wife gives you, which monies you say that is your secondary source of income, do you pay taxes on them?
Mr. Chairman, I have at no point in time before this committee, and I'm on record, said that my wife gives me money. I have at no point in time made that claim. My claim before this committee is that my wife takes care of me. I didn't say she gives me money. Thank you.
Is that your secondary source of income?
I have not said so. Your words, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable nominee would leave it there. Whether they are your words or my words, we'll leave it there. Let us proceed. How did you raise the funds to pay your fees? Because this is a matter of record that you provided.
Mr. Chairman, I had savings. Thank you.
That means you don't pay taxes on savings. He's going back to social media. Now he's coming to Nana. Yeah, I'll take my call.
That's you just promote. We'll finish no matter what.
Now we're going to
whatever happens, what the clouds gather in rain. It's dark. Yes, even the whole day.
Doing enough? Honorable nominee.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Please kindly read aloud that document you have in your possession.
Dear comrades, take positions at the airport and land borders. None of those who have raped our nation's resources should be allowed to skip town. Those who have stolen the public purse must, in capital letters, be made to account for every peswa. Operation Recover All Loot, in bracket, oral, must swing into full action. for our children, for our nation. Let's go. And it has the lion emoji and the Ghana flag and the fire emoji.
Can you share with us those looters, the names of those looters you were referring to, who you were calling on comrades to protect our borders so that they don't escape? Can you share with us those you had in mind at the time you made this post?
All of that information, Mr. Chairman, has been shared with the oral team that was headed by my comrade Okujeto ABLAKWA, Member of Parliament for North Tongue. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, this is a public hearing. You have made this post, and I'm relying on it to ask you the question. I'm asking you, these individuals that you say they have looted the nation, they have raped us of whatever, can you share with us those individuals? Give us their names.
Honourable Member, with all due respect, we spoke yesterday about the Whistleblowers Act, and there are remedies available for such a thing under a Whistleblowers Act. So in the full public view, asking that the names of those people be disclosed, there are dire consequences for it. I will therefore humbly overrule the question. Thank you.
Honorable nominee.
Yes, sir.
At the time you made this post, did you know about the consequences of the post you were making?
Mr. Chairman, there was only one consequence of my post: to protect our nation's resources. Thank you.
As a law student, do you think that this call for people to go to our borders when we had our security agencies already performing constitutional duties was right?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, and I'm grounded in the preamble to the Constitution. That was the basis for that call.
Read the preamble of the Constitution.
We, the people of Ghana, or in the name of the Almighty God, we, the people of Ghana, in exercise of our natural and inalienable rights to establish a framework of government which shall secure for ourselves and posterity the blessings of liberty, equality of opportunity, and prosperity, in a spirit of friendship and peace with all peoples of the world, and in solemn declaration and affirmation of our commitments to freedom, justice, probity, and accountability, the principles that all powers of government spring from the sovereign will of the people, the principle of universal adult suffrage, the rule of law, the protection and preservation of fundamental human rights and freedoms, unity and stability for our nation, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution.
So, at the time you made this post, you are saying to this committee that our borders were not being protected by the security agencies enough. Therefore, there was a need for you to make a call on ordinary citizens to rush, particularly your party members, to rush to these borders to stop people you consider as looters. At the time you made this call,
Honorable Leader,
did you have,
I recognize Rox in the
did you have reason?
One supplementary question.
Okay, sure.
Chairman, thank you very much. Honorable Sam George.
Chairman.
When you made the post under reference, yes or no, you have vetted your mind to Article 41, F of the Constitution, and with the leave of the chairman, let me read. The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations, and accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen, F, to protect and preserve public property and expose and combat misuse and waste of public funds and property. So your post regarding people getting to the borders and checking others from absconding from the jurisdiction you suspect of having committed some offense, you were exercising your right under this provision?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Sam George, when was the last time you traveled outside the country?
I don't readily recall, but I haven't traveled this year, so sometime last year.
At the time you got to the airport, did you go through immigration screening?
Yes, I did.
Did you see customs officials at our borders at the airport?
Yes, I did.
Did you find the national security operatives at various points at the airport?
I don't know. I don't know them because they don't wear uniform.
But do we?
When you rent a car on Webeka, you are renting from a real person. No waiting in line, no hidden costs, no wandering in car lots. This is your rental car, and this is you already on the road. Go anywhere with any car at your fingertips. This isn't your typical car rental. This is Webeka. Book your next ride today at www.webeka.com. Webeka, the journey starts with you.
Looking to level up your life and business game? Welcome to the #1 podcast for business and self-development, Connected Minds Podcast. Join our host, Derek Abaite.
A duty to protect as officers of the state.
Chairman, once again, I repeat that I have not made such a suggestion in my post, so it can't be attributed to me. Thank you.
Do you know that your call on your party members to move to our borders was to undermine these security officials from exercising their rightful duties enshrined in our laws?
Mr. Chairman, that would be to suggest that our constitution is illegal and unconstitutional.
So are you suggesting that at any point a citizen can post calling on people to take to our land borders and protect it against looters? Is that what you're saying?
Mr. Chairman, like I said, that post was made pursuant to provisions of a duty of a citizen, given the exigencies of the time, the duties of a citizen, according to the preamble and Article 41F of the Constitution.
Do you know that that preamble of the Constitution is equally enforceable through a law properly enacted by the state? Do you know that?
I'm aware of that.
And do you know that as part of the enforcement of the constitutional provision, we have established state security agencies to protect our borders?
Fully aware of that, Mr. Chairman. I'm fully aware of that, Mr. Chairman.
And do you know that as a citizen, your right call would have been to the security agencies instead of party members you call comrades? Do you know that?
Mr. Chairman, it is the vigilance of these comrades that stopped the export of 17 pallets of gold that were not properly labeled at the Kotoka International Airport. My call was a call to national duty. It was heeded and saved the public purse. I should be celebrated for that.
Sam George, respectfully, I, based on your information, will be pleased to make an application, would make an application to the chair to suspend the hearing of your vetting so that we invite those officials at the airport who, according to you, through the vigilance of your comrades, they seized some illegal exportation of some gold. So, because this is a very serious matter, and you are providing us information. So, Chairman, in the circumstance, it is important that we suspend the hearing of this matter to bring those officials who have a mandate to protect our borders, ensure legal exports, explain to why they abandoned their responsibility, and it had to take some vigilante comrades based on his call to arrest some illegal gold exportation.
Honourable members, with all due respect to the ranking and the deputy, the ranking and then the minority leader, we have a clear mandate, and no amount of question and answer will be worthy to deserve this committee proceeding to suspend sitting until information is provided. Our procedure doesn't end at this committee. Further actions will be taken after the committee's vetting. So I am unable to grant the request for suspension with all due respect.
Chairman, fair enough. Chairman, then, with your leave, I would want to extract some further information from the nominee so that we invite those officials to appear before us, so that, I agree with you that we don't suspend, but we would have to invite them based on the further information we'll give. Honorable nominee, this gold that was being stolen, can you provide us further details of where and how these comrades were able to assist in stopping this stealing? Lay the foundation with the answer, and then we go specifics, because it's very important. The nation is listening, and it will help.
So, is your question seeking for him to mention names of people?
Honorable Chair, I am exercising a lot of restraint, and I would plead with you. The nominee said there was stealing at the airport. Some people were stealing gold and exporting, and through his call, there was an arrest. We need to know the details. It cannot be that he will say something and then we cannot have details. So he should provide us the details.
Did you say some people were stealing at the airport?
Mr. Chairman, the sitting of this committee is public records. I never said that anybody was stealing. I said that my call led to the interception of 17 wrongly labeled pallets of gold or parcels of gold. That's what I said. Again, let me state for the record that it is the assumption of the ranking member that the persons who may be lawful law enforcement officers can also not double as comrades. That will be his assumption. Because the assumption is to say that comrades from outside the airport came in. I have not said so as well. Thank you.
Honourable members, I will plead that having regard to the content of the Whistleblowers Act, some questions and the answers being provided may be in violation of some provisions in the Whistleblowers Act. It is for a stated reason. That's why we refer to that particular law, Whistleblowers Act. So I am not even happy that it is being placed on record that some responsibilities being discharged led to the arrest of some pallets of gold. So I intend to direct that that answer be expunged from the record.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman, can the nominee tell us where this gold was wrongly labeled? Can the nominee tell us?
I'm guided by Mr. Chairman and the Whistleblowers Act. I decline to comment. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, can the nominee tell us who arrested these gold bars that, according to him, were being stolen?
Again, with the guidance of the Chairman and respect for the Whistleblowers Act passed by this Honorable House, I decline comment.
Chairman, with respect, the nominee is not here as a whistleblower. If for some reasons it is his pleasure that he would give us that information in conclave without the media, he should say so and we should grant that. You cannot, Chairman, you cannot come to the committee in providing answers to a question, say that it is your constitutional right to make a call to the public to protect our borders when we have security agencies, and then you justify by saying that, in fact, that call has saved the nation. Some stealing, I mean, people were going to steal gold. The state, as a result of that call, that was prevented. Then you are now saying that you come under Whistleblowers Act, so you cannot provide the details. Chairman, let us, the whole world is watching these proceedings. I will not pursue and I will not attempt to show any disrespect to you. But Chairman, the matter in issue is not a matter of whistleblower. In the minimum, I am guided by the little law as stated. I'm not going into the arena of whistleblower. So if you would want to say that he shouldn't answer a matter that he himself has provided, so be it. I will not pursue it. But I want to put on record that if the nominee prefers to give that information to us in conclave, let us pursue that.
Well, Honorable Minority Leader, we can subsequently explore and look at the law by the nature of the information that we are soliciting. If the law allows the information to be given to us as members of Parliament, why not?
Chairman, let's have a clear understanding. Dominique is telling us that based on a social media post, some people were stealing gold, and his comrades responding to that post were able to arrest it. So if for nothing at all, he should be celebrated. He's saying that he should be celebrated for making that post. Chairman, is it the case that we cannot pursue it? If you say so, I will not begrudge you. The record will reflect that the chair of the committee says that we cannot pursue it. This is not a whistleblower matter. So I want to pursue it. If you want to rule me out, I'm fine. So, Honorable Nominee, my question to you, that those people that you claim were exporting this gold illegally, Do you know which company they were working for at the airport or wherever? Do you know where they were working for? Which company they were working for?
Honorable Minority Leader, with all due respect, we are pushing further. The nominee even said that his call resulted into some arrests. He's making reference to his call. So if you want to push further to give details of it, then it means we are delving into what the law otherwise says we shouldn't. So, with all due respect, with all due respect, there are reasons why you give such information to the security agencies. They are not even prepared to mention your name to the public that they got the information from you. So we cannot be soliciting that particular information. The statement he made is that my call resulted into this. I think we should end it there.
Chairman, my duty is to respect your chair and to accept your ruling. So I would accept your ruling on this matter and move on. I will not attempt to disrespect you, however unhappy I may be with your ruling. Well, that's the beauty of democracy. You are the chair. Thank you so much, sir. Please, clerk to committee. Honorable Sam George, you have a document in your hand. Respectfully, I've labeled this as 6. First of all, the document, the paper you have, were you the one who authored it?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Please, can you read it aloud in full?
Galamsey is Ghana's drug trade. It is to Ghana what cocaine is to Colombia. There are cartels involved. These cartels have politicians, chiefs, and security personnel involved. Our government is complicit and will not do anything about it. And then I tag then President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo bears ultimate responsibility. He has the power to arrest and deal decisively with everyone involved. I don't care what party they belong to. They are wicked criminals. Deal with them. But alas, Nana Addo cannot. He is complicit and a beneficiary. If we want to deal with this canker, we need to be honest and brutally frank with the truth. Again, the lion emoji and the Ghana flag, and then 2 hashtags. Hashtag free the citizens, hashtag stop Galamsey now, and I attached a picture of a Galamsey site. Thank you.
What date did you make this post?
The document handed over to me has no date.
But you made this post?
Oh yes, I recognize it as my post.
Now, you said the former president was complicit and a beneficiary. At the time you made this post, you had evidence that the President of the Republic was complicit and indeed a beneficiary of this Galamsey activity?
Mr. Chairman, on the day the President, and even though there's no date on this, I remember this post very well. I made it because I was upset as a citizen of this country that on the day the President was meeting, the then President, was meeting with the coalition against Galamsey, one of whom I believe is in the room, Engineer Ken Ashigbe, his Minerals Commission was issuing tens of new licenses to mine in forest reserves. That's what pushed me to do this.
Honorable Sam George, my simple question to you. Do you think that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, our president,
Honorable members, order. Order.
I can understand the enthusiasm. Our president, who was in charge of the government of the day between 2017 and 2025, January 6th, was indeed a beneficiary of the Galamsey activity. Do you solemnly believe in that? That indeed he was a beneficiary of this?
Chairman, my understanding is that the president at the time was leader of the NPP, per your constitution. He was leader of the party. We all saw or listened to the recording between the then Minister for Environment, Science and Technology and the then Vice Chairman of your Central Region Party, where he said you needed to do Galamsey because party Hiasika. The party that he had sika or needed money was the NPP, and President Akufo-Addo was leader of the NPP. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and has his kids in a row behind it like a duck, it is a duck.
Because some two people were possibly on the phone.
Honorable Sam George. Honorable Sam George. So you are saying that this comment by some individuals that you heard is your evidence that the President of the Republic was a beneficiary of the Galamsey activity?
Mr. Chairman, if I'm not mistaken, the President subsequently went to even campaign for the gentleman who made those comments to be as a parliamentary candidate of the NPP. He associated with him. He did not distance himself from it. And Mr. Chairman, let me plead with you. This committee should not be used to whitewash the image of President Akufo-Addo. We know him. The people of this country passed a verdict, and let's leave it at that. Thank you.
Honorable nominee. Order. 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 Honorable members, order. Honorable members, let's have order. Honorable members, order. Order. Honorable nominee, you are hereby ordered to withdraw the word. This committee should not be used to whitewash Akufo-Addo. Please withdraw.
Chairman, respectfully, with the greatest respect for you, why am I being asked to withdraw that this committee, it's a plea. Please. I'm making a plea to you.
Please withdraw. Please withdraw.
Mr. Chairman, I withdraw out of respect for you.
Thank you very much. The statement is withdrawn. Let's make progress.
On grounds that it's unparliamentary.
The statement is withdrawn on grounds that it is unparliamentary. Honourable members, let's make progress.
I know well. Chairman, thank you.
Please, let's have order.
Honorable nominee,
Yes, Chairman.
My respected member, who I would consistently refer to as Honorable Member of Parliament. Please, I'm done with the aspect of where you say Nana Akufo-Addo was a beneficiary. Now let me go to the aspect where you say he's complicit. Do you maintain that part of your submission, that post, that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was complicit, as you put it out there in your post? Do you maintain that?
Mr. Chairman, the first paragraph says our government is complicit. Our government is complicit and will not do anything about it. Nana Addo bears ultimate responsibility. He has the power to arrest and deal decisively with everyone involved. I don't care what party they belong to, they are wicked criminals. Deal with them. But alas, Nana Addo cannot. He is complicit and a beneficiary. If we want to deal with this canker, we need to be honest and brutally frank with the truth.
So I'm saying that, you know, I've read it. This job, I've been doing it for some 15 years and more. So I know where I'm getting to. I'm done with the other leg of you saying he's a beneficiary. So back to the complicit part. I'm asking you whether you maintain that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, our former president, was indeed complicit. Do you maintain that?
Given the poor fight against Galamsey, I hold that view.
I didn't get you, please.
Given the abysmal fight against Galamsey, I hold that view.
To what extent do you hold that view that his performance in the Galamsey fight was abysmal?
The president promised to put his presidency on the line to fight Galamsey. There were several instances where persons in the president's government and party were found or accused of being involved in the illegal mining of gold in our country, in forest reserves and water bodies. The president did not show the leadership that he promised this country. He folded, and that's the record. It can't be changed. So as far as I'm concerned, he was complicit.
Do you have any evidence or probative value to the effect that these people that you claim were part of government and were mining were at the presidency?
Mr. Chairman, the government is bigger than the presidency. The government extends even to the ruling party. That's why the ruling party's general secretary and national chairman sit in cabinet. So the party is part of government. And the ministries are part of government. Agencies are part of government. So if persons in agencies and persons in the party, ruling party, are involved in this, the government is complicit. It stands to hold. Thank you.
Okay, so what you are suggesting to us today is that now that President John Dramani Mahama is the President of the Republic, any individual at the party level, say constituency officer in Owen, involved in a Galamsey activity, citizens of this country should loudly say that to the extent that that person is a member of the ruling party, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, respectfully, should be held complicit. Correct?
I haven't said so. If President Mahama puts his presidency on the line to fight corruption and is unable to take action in the unforeseeable instance where an appointee of his, there is evidence of corruption, and he rather seeks to clear them like we've seen in the past, then you can hold President Mahama liable. But the President Mahama I know, and his track record that is before this country, we've seen the JIDA scandal. We've seen previous scandals. He ran a Sunlight campaign on corruption. So I know that if what you are suggesting is not what I've said, but President Akufo-Addo put his presidency on the line. He raised the bar. He raised the standard. And so we hold him to that standard. Thank you.
Now, should any agency, now that President John Mahama is in office, you are again suggesting that should any agency involved in anti-Galamsey activity falter in any way, it would amount to the president himself being complicit, correct?
Not correct, Mr. Chairman. I gave a specific example. President Mahama has been definite on corruption because corruption is the biggest problem.
We're talking about anti-Galamsey.
President
we are talking
Mahama,
about Galamsey, so
yes.
let's stay there.
No, Mr. Chairman, because of the question you asked, President Mahama...
Honorable nominee.
Honorable nominee, the question is specific, making specific reference to Galamsey. It's not asking you any question in relation to corruption. So if you can stay within the question and provide your answers briefly, you will do us a very good service.
Yes, I asked you the question.
Honorable Chair, please, if the question could be repeated.
My question to you. Now we have President John Dramani Mahama in office. Should any agency involved in anti-Galamsey activity fail, should we say that the President of the Republic is complicit?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Pardon?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so you are suggesting that in this current administration, any failure on the part of any agency in the fight against Galamsey should not be held against the president, correct?
He has responsibilities. He will fulfill his responsibilities.
Yes, I know. No, as for that one, we all expect government to fulfill their responsibilities. But my question is, should there be any failing at any agency? Should there be any failing in any agency? Will the president be complicit?
Mr. Chairman, respectfully, this is now assumptions. We're building scenarios. I can't speak indefinite to conjecture and scenarios. If we get to that point, I'm sure today we are speaking about this because there is hindsight on President Akufo-Addo's leadership. I believe that we'll have the opportunity 4 years down the line to judge President Mahama, but it will be unfair for me to pass judgment on a man who is barely 3 weeks in office. Thank you.
Please, Chair, with your leave, may our clerk and the clerk to the committee have this and take back the earlier yes, please. Yes, please. Are you in possession of the 7? Yes, I've labeled the 7, please.
Yes, please, Mr. Chairman. Exhibit 7.
Kindly identify it. Is it a post you made, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, it's a post I made.
Honorable members of parliament who are visiting us, order. I'm not taking chairman's powers. Order. This is an exercise that students will learn something from. Yes, so, honorable nominee, please read it aloud.
As a son of Gandangwe,
yes,
I am outraged and disgusted at the continued abuse of state power and authority and the wanton encroachment and capture of Ghana lands. The latest attempt to steal lands belonging to GIS by agents purporting to be from the presidency of Nana Akufo-Addo is shameful and sad. I am yet to hear a condemnation from the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapor. He is responsible for the sector, and his children attend the affected school. It is also time for the Gamanche and the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs to man up and speak. Their silence is cowardice and a blot on the integrity of the Ghana state. They either speak up or we consider them willing accomplices. The next John Dramani Mahama government from 2025 must recover all such stolen lands and prosecute the perpetrators irrespective of their political colors. Enough is enough. Followed by a lion emoji, an angry face emoji, and Ghana, the Ghana flag. Thank you.
Honorable nominee.
Chairman.
We'll do some little exercise on this post.
Yes, Chairman.
Respectfully, at the time you made this post, did you have reason to believe that the government officials were taking over GIS lands? Did you have reason to believe same to be true?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Can you share with us the grounds upon which this was founded?
Mr. Chairman, I listened to the news that day, and there was the news reported that a team of armed officers purporting to have come from the office of the president had accompanied a private real estate developer to take portions of the land belonging to GIS in the cantonment area. Thank you.
Did you take steps to verify this information prior to the post? Did you verify?
Mr. Chairman, I had no reason to doubt the credibility of the media houses on which I heard the story.
Which media houses did you hear the story?
Mr. Chairman, it was reported, I believe, by City. It was reported by Joy. These are two of the most credible media houses in the country.
And what was the report?
That officers or security personnel purported to be coming from the office of the president had accompanied a real estate developer to take over portions of GIS land.
So you've used the word purported, which means that there was no evidence of state-sponsored takeover of GIS land. You've used purported to suggest that, indeed, there was no such evidence that the government was aiding a private developer to take over portions of GIS land, correct?
The evidence I based on was the news reportage.
Would you want to retract this post?
Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I will read a Ghana Web story that speaks to this particular issue.
Honorable nominee, the question is, would you want to retract?
No.
Or you still
No, Mr.
You're answering
Chairman.
the question. Nobody asked you to go and read anything from Ghana Web.
Honorable nominee, with the leave of chair, I will let you read.
Are you taking that away? Yes,
Honorable nominee, please kindly read. First of all, identify the document. Is it a document you posted?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Respectfully, can you read the post aloud and in extenso?
Mr. Chairman, the post was in reference to, and what you've printed for me, is my post and a post from the immediate past Minister for Communications. So which should I read? I should read both?
Read yours. Read yours first.
I should read mine first?
Yes, please.
Respectfully, Chairman, mine is a response to her post. It will make better understanding if you get the context in which my response came.
So please read all.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As Lausu posted on 26th April 2021, some people find it very difficult to believe we can negotiate good deals for government. I signed the Airtel Tigo contract. We acquired it for just $1. Someone, an MP, says he heard me say we paid $25 million. A barefaced lie, blatant untruth. Please ask Sam George where he heard that. Then sit back and listen to long English, grammar and drama. Just keep your eyes on the ball. How much did we pay to acquire the company? $1. Simple. Then my response on the same day. Someone tell our Minister for Communications that grand posturing and arrogant clapbacks will not stop us on the Parliamentary Committee of Communications and the good people of Ghana from demanding accountability from her. What does she take us for? That she bought Airtel Tigo for $1? How much is the eyebrow pencil she uses to draw her eyebrow? And she thinks she can insult our intelligence? Madam, after basking in the fake funds of your social media followers, prepare to appear before the committee and give us details of the transactions. We will not allow the already burdened taxpayer of our country to be saddled with poorly thought out decisions that impose more debt or hardship on us. Our eyes are fixed on the ball, and I urge you to do same. No long talk.
Do you maintain the content of this post and the language you used in describing Honorable Lausu?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. Chair.
Send.
Hello, order. Honorable Free, order.
Please proceed.
Even the whole.
Dated 19th November 2024. Clearly, the Supreme Court, led by the Chief Justice, will do everything in their power to protect their demigod, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, from signing the Family Values Bill. The CJ should be ashamed of herself. After preaching against such vices in ICGC and failing to walk her talk and take a stance when it matters most, such characters are the ones our Lord Jesus Christ chased out of the temple with a whip. From President Akufo-Addo to all members of the pro-LGBTQI cabal in all arms of government, shame on you. Bow your heads in disdain. Our children and grandchildren will remember you for all the wrong reasons. The lion emoji and the Ghana flag. And then there's a picture of the scales of justice along with it. Thank you.
No, not. Right, Honorable Sam George.
Mr. Chairman.
On what date did you make this post?
19th of November, 2024, Chairman.
At the time you made this post, the court had already given a date for judgment in this matter, correct?
Mr. Chairman, if my memory serves me right, I made this post on the day that the courts decided that they would give judgment after the elections on December 7th, that they will give judgment on the 18th. And that's what premised me saying they will go to any length to protect President Akufo-Addo from signing the bill.
Honorable Sam George, respectfully, the Supreme Court is an independent constitutional body. Do you believe in that?
On the face of the paper, it ought to be.
The Supreme Court of Ghana, through its actions, determinations of matters, is practically independent of the executive. Do you believe in that?
Based on the doctrine of separation of powers, yes.
At the time you made this post, what was your basis for saying that the Supreme Court sees Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as its demigod? What informed that?
I reached this conclusion on the basis that the Supreme Court had the power to hear this matter and give judgment before the elections, but chose to do so after the elections. And that's what brought me to this conclusion.
So, you mean all the judges who were on the panel had one thing in mind: to protect Akufo-Addo, merely because they gave a date which is after the election. Is that your point?
Mr. Chairman, I have not made reference to all the judges of the courts. I referenced the Chief Justice. And she had the power to fix the date. She was president of the panel, so she determined the date.
Are you aware that the Chief Justice was not a member of the panel at the time you made this post? Are you aware?
Mr. Chairman, that is not correct.
Honorable Sam George, would you be surprised? Okay, so if you come to the conclusion, or if I bring you evidence that the Chief Justice was not a member of the panel on the said date that you wrote this your post, would you retract this?
Mr. Chairman, I will be a man of integrity and retract this if there is evidence, which I know doesn't exist, that the Chief Justice was not part of the panel, because she had been on the panel as far back as July. And this was done on the 19th of November. She had always been a part of the panel. But if there is evidence that shows that she wasn't part of it, I'll do the honorable thing.
Honorable Sam George.
The Chairman.
At the time you made this your post, had you really done your checks to know who constituted the panel?
Mr. Chairman, as far as I was aware, and like I said, even on the 18th of July, as far back as the 18th of July.
Yeah, we are on the, wait. I want us to.
Honorable, with all due respect, when you ask a question and the nominee is providing the answer, let's allow the nominee to land with the answer, then you can follow up with another question.
Thank you, Chairman. Please, I am on the 19th November post. That 19th November post, was it after the court hearing, or it was a very day the court gave a date for its judgment?
Mr. Chairman, I don't really recall.
Were you in court yourself?
No, Mr. Chairman.
But you became aware that on the said date, the court had given a date, 18th December, for its final ruling on the matter?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, it was reported in the news.
Based on the news reportage, you attacked the Chief Justice, correct? Because of your belief that the Chief Justice was a president of the panel, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Now, did you become aware? Did you become?
Let me ask I want to ask a follow-up question. I want to ask a follow-up question.
Chairman.
Honorable Leader, I want a follow-up question.
Let me take a deep breath. Let me take a deep breath.
Honorable nominee, did you attack the Chief Justice?
No. Like I've stated constantly before this committee, I have criticized her constructively. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable nominee, please, the document you have before you, please read it one more time. Let's deal with some aspect of it again.
Clearly, the Supreme Court, led by the Chief Justice, will do everything in their power to protect their demigod, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, from signing the Family Values Bill. The CJ should be ashamed of herself after preaching against such vices in ICGC and failing to walk her talk and take a stand when it matters most. Such characters are the ones our Lord Jesus Christ chased out of the temple with a whip. From President Akufo-Addo to all members of the pro-LGBTQI cabal in all arms of government, shame on you. Bow your heads in disdain. Our children and grandchildren will remember you for all the wrong reasons.
Would you want to retract this post?
No, Mr. Chairman.
If you become aware that Her Ladyship Lovelace Johnson was the president of the panel and that the Chief Justice was not a member of the panel in any way, would you retract the post?
Mr. Chairman, I'm fully aware that when I read the judgment, Her Lady Justice Lovelace Johnson was the lead of the panel. That doesn't take away the powers of the Chief Justice in ensuring the speedy dispensation and discharge of justice.
When you read the judgment, did you see the Chief Justice's name as being part of the panel?
No, Mr. Chairman.
So, in your view, the fact that the court had given 18th December date amounted to they being in collision with the President of the Republic at the time, correct?
Honorable Leader, I recognize Roxanne Nelson Zapamakpo on supplementary.
No, but Chairman.
You will come back to your question.
Chairman, with respect, I have asked my question. Let him answer. I have all the patience for these proceedings. If my respected friend, who had his turn, and I never interfered with this supplementary, is now taking advantage to say that he is now doing follow-up, so be it. You are the chair.
Proceed to answer the question, then I will allow his follow-up.
Can he please repeat the question?
All members, order. Honorable Leader, once the nominee is requesting you to repeat your question, and the question is going to be repeated for an answer, let me take the supplementary question on the earlier answer, then I will come to you to repeat the question.
Chairman, thank you very much. Honorable nominee, you, about 2 hours ago, when the leader, the minority leader, took you on this path, you told the committee that you made this statement and others at the time when the motion or notice for interlocutory injunction was heard by the Supreme Court. That panel presided by Her Ladyship, the CJ, but ruling deferred by the court to the final determination of the matter. That was your answer. Do you still stand by it?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
To place the matters in context.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Now, Chairman, let me seize the opportunity to ask Rankin.
Honorable,
how long has
Honorable, you are entitled to one follow-up question.
Thank you very much.
Please, you've asked your follow-up question.
Every time you want to.
Honorable nominee, you had earlier on indicated that should you come to the realization that the Chief Justice was not part of the final judgment in the matter in issue, you will pull down or retract the post you made on the 19th of November. Do you maintain that?
Mr. Chairman, can I, in answering this question, read the second paragraph of my post? The CJ should be ashamed of herself after preaching against such vices in ICGC and failing to walk her talk and take a stand when it matters most. Context. She had heard the injunction case, deferred ruling because she wanted to get the benefit of understanding the substantive case. When that time came, she walked away from it. I am a man of deep faith. My faith will never waver when it comes to my principles on homosexuality as a Christian. She passed the buck when she had to take a stance when it mattered most. And that's why I continue to say, such characters are the ones our Lord Jesus Christ chased out of a temple with a whip. So it's context. Thank you.
Let's stay on context. Do you know that our faith, as we exercise it, and the law do not operate on the same level? Do you know that?
Yes, I do.
So it would be unfair to attack a judge in a matter of law merely because of the faith she professes.
Mr. Chairman, I did not attack. I criticized. Thank you.
Would you agree with me that it would be unfair to criticize a judge sitting in a court of law for exercising her discretion in law merely because of her faith?
If that judge is also a lay preacher, I would expect that her judgment will be influenced by her calling and by her faith.
Very well. Let me, Chairman, let me take him to the next day. Hello? Honorable nominee, I have given Hello, honorable nominee.
Yes, Chairman.
I have given you a document, a paper. Please read it aloud to the end. I've written something there on top with a pen.
Chairman, with the greatest of respect, this document is not one authored by me. It is Act 1, Scene 1 from Macbeth.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
I don't know if it is within my place to request from the chairman the relevance of reading Macbeth as the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations.
Honorable Leader, once the document is not emanating from the nominee, accordingly, is not supposed to answer any question based on it.
Chairman with respect. Chairman with respect. Chairman with respect.
Honorable Leader, you know the position of the law, that if